Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. We are about to get started. We are about to get started. Uh, remind your friends to come into the session. Remind your friends to come into the session. So today we look at a bit about the history of money. Then we also look at how to get started with crypto, how to get started with blockchain as a technology. I see some of us are right here. Welcome you all. Remind everyone to join into the session. Remind everyone to join into the session. We are live. And just as an announcement, at the end of this session, we'll have massive giveaways. So be sure to be here during the giveaway time so that you're able to be eligible for the giveaway. My name is Mathendu, and I'll be taking you through this path, understanding a bit about the history of money, then understanding how crypto got to become crypto, then understanding the basics of Binance, which we will be joined with by Paul Igadu. I see Rachel, our one of our angels is right here. Washema, I also see you. Welcome you all. So we will be starting shortly. So Paul Igadu, I see you're here. Please join in the stream. All right. So let's take a bit a bit of a look into what and where we came from in terms of you know how we got to where we are. So first of all, we have to understand that previously money used to have, it was non-elastic, and that means the supply was actually fixed and the total supply of money did not change that much, of course. So money was kind of deflationary. All right. So supply grew almost relatively to population growth, and what that means is the supply was constant. Sorry, the supply was constant, which means the money was always Hello. So sorry. Seems that like we were disconnected. So Paul Igadu is here, who will be presented shortly. Yes, Paul, please say something to the audience.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Paul Egadi, and I'm a Binance angel from Uganda.
Thank you, Paul. Paul will be part of. Paul is part of us, and you rather one of the angels, and will be able to present today with Paul. All right, now let's proceed. It seems like we were disconnected at some point. Please remember to share the link with everyone, and also please remember to also share the Telegram link so that everyone is able to join in into this session. So we were introducing a bit about money, and we wanted to show, where we came from, and we were discussing more about the elasticity of money. So money was in fixed supply, so that means it was deflationary. And what we mean by deflationary is if you save you used to get more as the more you save. All right. So that means you know, any money you store would increase in value. So now let's imagine this situation where we have we need to understand the relationship of money to the goods and supply, the resources that we used to have. So money and the resources are of relative value. So the growth in this kind of state used to show up in price declines. And what we mean by that is, since money was deflationary, then it means the more the rather the more you save, the more you actually get more, because let's say the second day, or rather the coming years, your money would be worth more. So that is what we call by deflationary. So banks used to operate by taking people's gold, and then they used to charge a fee to store that particular gold. And remember, in this time, we had different forms of money. So these forms of money could be, in gold, in silver, in, valuable rocks, and we used to have these particular forms. Now, what this means is, banks were able to charge a fee, and that's how they used to make their margins. So the challenge now becomes, rather came in when, first of all, we have to understand that banks used to give certificates to, in case you saved money, rather gold with them. In this case, we can use gold because it's the most available resource that can actually that is actually available to people. Then, if you're saving your money, you get these certificates. So now banks realized later that not everyone could come in and exchange their money for rather their gold for their money, their certificates for gold. So now what really happened later is, since the certificate was as good as gold, people started to distribute it and just go spend using the certificate. However, now banks came in with this idea where they could lend out money that they are already holding, and once they lend out this amount of money, they can be able to also accumulate interest. So that means, there was kind of a double spending problem here, because now, a lot of supply is outside while the demand is still the same or going lower. So this was repeated a lot of times, and it ended up causing the market crash. And of course, the reverse relationship of money happened to resources, because now the supply of money began to grow, while the price declines kind of slowed down and eventually started to become more expensive to get goods that were cheaper maybe last year. So in a process we call inflation. So there was kind of a fake wealth effect. Whenever there is a lot of supply in the economy of money, there usually comes into a point where, this supply is just too much, and people kind of feel like they have a lot of wealth. But the problem is, that amount is usually, that amount of money in circulation is not equal to the goods. And with such, there's usually like a immature demand, because now everyone has money and they can spend it. So this immature demand leads to people now to start selling their things very fast. And then this, of course, when you exert a lot of selling pressure, it drives the prices down. So, people now had to rely on savings, and the redemptions and withdrawals now started occurring. So when you go to your bank and there is no money in that particular bank, it's what we call a bank run. Now, the problem with this is, if there's enough people to lose faith in a particular bank, and they walk in and say, okay, we want our gold, here is the certificates and you need to claim them, then it means it gets very hard. And the banks, of course, don't have the that gold in question. So that led to the first crash, and after the crash, there was the creation of a central banks, where the central banks were just to tasked to sorry, the central banks were tasked to kind of shield the other banks from the bank runs. So of course, this risk was put into the old system, and the system now began to collapse. And this is part goes down in the history of books, where now we had the main crash in, from first we had the first crash in 1920, then the second one in 1930, and this was all caused by the fractional banking system. So now, after that, we entered the age of fiat. Fiat currency is basically not backed by anything, but it's just legal tender issued by government. The problem with fiat currency is now it can be printed, or rather minted, and only governed by the laws limiting that creation of that amount. So this, of course, leads to persistent inflation, and this is what we're experiencing right now. And after fiat, we came into what we call the CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, where now it's programmable fiat. Please remember, CBDCs, they are not cryptocurrencies. So these can obviously be used for a lot of good or a lot of bad, depends on how they are used by the governing organization. So now we go to CBDCs, and of course CBDCs came in later, and of course also there are different forms of other money, that is cryptocurrencies, which are decentralized as opposed to CBDCs, which are centralized. So that's a basic understanding of where we've come from. And now let's see a bit of where we're headed in terms of cryptocurrency. So first of all, we will be introducing Binance P2P, and we'll be showing you how to go about Binance P2P during this session. So I'll invite Paul Igadu in the meantime. Paul. Paul, please unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mastendu, and thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Like we do every month, today I'm going to take you through the Binance basics, how to create your account, how to verify, and how to secure. Let me share my screen so that we get started.
Right, all right. So again, remind people that we are having a huge giveaway. So be sure to be here during the session, and we'll be doing the giveaway today. So as we wait for Paul, all right, I see the screen is shared right here. Just a second.
A moment.
Okay, okay. All right, all right. So we will be sharing our screen shortly. Okay, so as we are here, be sure to join our Binance East Africa Telegram group if you're not already there. The link is, I just pinned in the link right there, and you are able to learn a lot and join the community as well. So I've put in the link right there, and we'll be doing part of the giveaway on the Binance East Africa Telegram group. So be sure to be right there. All right, all right. So let's do those of us who have joined the Binance East Africa Telegram group. We are sharing a code there, a gift card there. So be sure to be right there to redeem it. we will be pinning in the gift card, and of course, adding the topic of the day. In today's session, the topic will be more like P2P, so remove the word P2P. We've pinned one of the gift cards right there, so be sure to be right there and claim the gift card as well. Okay.
So, my friend, are you seeing my screen?
All
My
right.
friend?
Yes, yes, yes. This is visible. Okay, now you can proceed, Paul.
All right, like as I said, today, thank you everyone. Today I'll be taking you through the Binance basics, how to create your Binance account, how to verify your Binance account, and how to secure your Binance account. And if time allows, we shall be looking at how to deposit your first P2P payment. So what is Binance? Binance is a crypto asset marketplace that exchanges fiat into local currency, like as in cryptocurrency or vice versa. Started in July 2017, Binance leads the crypto asset industry by trading volumes and is used by millions of users across the globe. So how is Binance beneficial? It offers low cost fee as in less than 0%, 0.01% of trading fees. It has a diverse portfolio of over 1K plus coins to choose from. It also has high order book liquidity with less slippage price. Uh, Also, it offers high execution times of up to 1.4 million orders per second. Binance is protected by the SAFU fund, with up to 10% of the fees are put in the cold storage treasury. Our missions, vision, and value. Like this one, you can read about them. The Binance ecosystem is kinda wide, but of recent is not so much updated. Like we have Trust Wallet as our major investments, Coin Market Cap. We are divided into so many ecosystems. As in Binance Charity, we have Binance Research, Binance Academy, Binance Launchpads, Binance Info, and Binance Chain. We offer so many regional fiat partners, i.e., in Uganda, Kenya, US, and so on. Uh, so how do you register? This is how to if you have a link, if someone shared for you a link, you can click on the link and it will bring you to this page. On this page, you can just, if you don't have a link, you can just click on register now or get started, depending on your app. If you're using the web or the app, you can click on this arrow, register now. But always make sure like you have the Binance.com so that you don't get lost. So enter your email or your phone number, but it is always emphasized to use the email. Use a email and a strong password. You look at this. If you clicked on the on the referral link, you can see the referral ID of the person who invited you is here. So like after filling your email and the password, you can click on create now. Then we'll take you to it will require you to enter your verification email, your verification code here. Go to your email and get the code. So this is how your code will be like. It is usually a 6-digit code. Enter it here and you are good to go. In case you fail or in case you fail to get the verification codes, you can always contact the live chat through the Binance chat, or like you can go to the app or the website. But meanwhile, before you can get the code, you can always like prepare your identification documents or the passport. They can be the passport, ID, or driver's license. Like for the case of Uganda, you basically need an ID. Though in most cases, people use passports, but many of them are using what? The ID, the national government ID. So how do you verify your account? After creating your account successfully, you are required to verify your account before you can access like the Binance products. Kindly note that if you have not verified your accounts, you are unable to use any Binance product. So how does one verify their Binance account? You can check the next page. If you're using the app, the Binance app, you can go to home and click the head icon, which is on top left corner of your app. Most times you can click either, there is always a verification icon on your top right corner, which is always yellow. That is if you're using the app. But if you're using the website, you can see it. You can not click on the identification. Click on the identification and it will take you to the basic information. So click on that, the yellow part, this yellow part. So your basic information is your name, all your full names, your date of birth, the country where you're from, fill all of them. Then you can like click on submit. After submitting, you go to the second step, which will require you to upload your identity document. Like in Uganda, we always emphasize people to use the national identification card, the current ID card. So if you're using the identity card, you are going to upload it. If you're using the app, you can just take the shots. But if you're using the website, you can just upload. So you can upload your identity card, your passport, and your driver's license. So you click continue. Also make sure like your ID is clear. Like here, it is very clear. No photocopy, not blurred, and doesn't reflect anything. So if you're set to go, you click on continue. So the helpful tips and advice: take the photo from the bird's eye view, that is 180 degrees angle on a white background, so that it is very clear. Ensure that the photo is clear and visible without any glares or sunlight. Provide ID documentation from the country you are living in and that the ID is up to date. Always upload a recent ID, not that and that is expired. Ensure your face is also free from obstruction, i.e., don't put on glasses, the hats, and your hair doesn't cover your face. If you are good to go, you can go to the next page. This is what they were trying to mean. Make sure your passport or your ID is clear. Is clear. Don't take side views or have photos. Don't use photocopies, or always upload the photo that is what clear with everything clearer. Uh don't upload a photo with what with a reflection, or else your account will not be what verified. So what are the benefits of account verification? You you unlock the daily deposit limits of up to 43,000 pounds, daily withdrawal limits of up to 43,000 pounds also, maximum, not a maximum of 4,000 pounds per single transaction. To unlock further fiat limits, you will need to complete address verification. So cryptocurrencies, daily deposit is always unlimited. Daily withdrawal limit of 100 BTC or equivalent. So here we are, how to verify your address verification. Address verification, you click on that, the address verification, which is always down. That is if you're using the app, no, the website. Click on the address verification, this one here.
So while on this, a few of the things maybe we should consider whenever you are in any of the countries is what documents are you able to use. So for the users in Kenya, you are able to use the ID document, the national ID, and a passport. In Uganda, maybe Paul, what are you able to use?
Uh, Currently, we emphasize people to use, if you're doing address verification or just the basic verification, you are supposed to use the national ID. That is what we emphasize people to always use, the national ID. Though in most cases, people can use a passport. So if you're doing an address verification, you can use a Western Union payment slip, a bank statement, or if you're a student, like I verified mine, I was at a hostel. I used my hostel access slip. I used the hostel access slip, which covered all my details. So, like, if you are in hostel and you're a student, you can use your hostel access slip. Yeah, my friend.
All right, all right. So in Tanzania, you are able to also use the national ID as well as the passport. So be sure to have, when you're trying to verify your account, make sure you have these things done, and you can use these particular methods. So maybe a demo on how to use the mobile device. So on my end, I'll be sharing my screen just shortly. Then we will be able to show the live demo on the mobile and how to verify your account using the kind of how it will look like. All right, so just a second, we are able to share the screen shortly. um, um, just a second. All right, all right, all right, all right. So okay, I believe we can all see a phone screen. So we will be logging out of our account. Maybe we can mute ourselves so that we are able to. We are right there. Perfect. Now on our phone, when you're doing this, go to your Binance app. Oh, sorry. Go to your Binance app. Then by default, let me first log out. By default, your account will look like this. So it will become or it will come on Binance Lite. So Binance Lite looks like this. By default, you'll be brought to this page, this particular page right here. So just a second. Yeah, you'll be brought to this particular page here. So in case you need to create an account, you can click on create an account and click on sign up option. Signing up will give you the option to, you'll be able to rather um, uh, sign up using a mobile phone or the email. So in this case, we can use, all my mobile phones are actually used up. So I'll just grab a 10-minute mail. So 10-minute mail and just do a sign up. Just a second. Just a second as we wait, as I join, rather open a 10-minute mail just to demo how to do this. All right, so we get an email right here. Assuming now this was your email, uh, assuming this was your email, paste it in here, and then put in the the account you'd like to create. So in this case, I'm just using just any password, just to try and sign up an account and show you how to do that. So once you put in your password, come into this particular place, slide this on in this way. Then once you do that, you'll be moved to the next step, which is verification of the email. So just a second as it loads, email verification, just like that. Then, oh, that account actually didn't work. So those of us asking, what about if you have a company, you also have this option to sign up as an entity. So I believe this email, it's because this email is not verifiable. However, let's do use even the web interface and show how to do that live. So the web interface will be binance.com, and the web interface will look like this. Just a second. The web interface will look like this. And once you're on the web interface, you can click on register in case you don't have an account. Then use this sign up option with the email or a password. So I'll get just a random email to sign up. Just a sec. I want to get an email to sign up. So get to your email. If you need to put in the email, rather if you need to get your email or the phone number, you put in your email, and then I'll try a password option. Then you just check on the agreements and then create the personal account. Then a code will be sent to your email. On this particular stage, now you go to back to your email, make sure you go to your inbox, wait for the code. It's usually sent pretty instant. In this case, ours has been sent, and I'll copy the code. Just a second. I'll copy the code and I'll paste it in right here, and then you can submit. So that's basically how you get the first step, verifying your email. So the next step is getting your identity verified. So most of on this particular step, you really need to do it on your phone. So click on verify now, then select the region. So you can see if you're in Kenya, these are the options you have. Government issued ID. You also need to do facial recognition. So I'll start this process by maybe putting in a location like Tanzania. So let's see what you will require if you're in Tanzania. So click on the next part, supply this data right here. So let's say you have a name like uh, okay, test. Just a second, because these are test accounts. Okay, and the date of birth, of course. This has to match what's on your ID. Again, we're using these to showcase how this process is done, and not necessarily what the right details about this one. So on this one, on the address, you can put in a residential address. Let's say you live in 444 in address, then let's say Binance apartments, then maybe somewhere like you know uh, Bunyoro. I'm just using random names. Uganda, just a trial. So these are things you have to supply, and then based on whatever data you want to create, then once you click there, you go to the next step. Now this is where you are required to do address verification. So you can see in TZ, that is Tanzania, you need to have your ID or passport. In let's say Uganda, you need to have either ID, passport, or your driver's license. When it comes to Ethiopia, I understand you're also trying to, you can verify as well. So you can do using ID, passport, or driver's license as well. For the ID in Ethiopia, you can use the Kabele ID, but right now we recommend using the passports. So that's how basically you get to this particular page. And once you select your preferred method, let's see, Kenya, I believe we did. Once you select your preferred method, so you can click here and then proceed to the next step. And then Binance only allows for, to take photos, not to upload. So you can click on take photo, that is on your phone, and then same case for your back side of your ID, both sides, and then you'll take a you'll show your screen, so that rather you show your face also for face scan. And that's basically how you create a Binance account. It's an easy process that you can be able to easily follow. So that said, now once you create and verify an account, let's look at a verified account. How does it look like, and how can we use a verified account? Your own verified account. How can we get to use it? So now on this one, I will log into my account and show you how by default it looks like. So just as a short second as I log into the account. So in the meantime, Paul, maybe tell us what documents do you find very good when it comes to address verification in Uganda?
Hi. So like in Uganda, if you're doing address verification, you can use the major three. Major three, those are the ones I've confirmed, and my friends have always been using it, and I myself. So like the first thing, you can use your bank statement. Bank statement works very well. As long as you're using the current statement, not three months older. Use three months new. Or you can use the Western Union payment slip. That is if you receive money from Western Union. You can also use your pay bill. That is if you paid your water bill or your electricity bill. And you can also use your URA tax slip, the URA tax slip in Uganda. Then maybe the last one, if you're a student, you can use your hostel residence pass slip. It has your name, where you stay, the area. That is if you fill the same information you are creating your account and data and of flight. your hostel, it can still work perfectly.
All right, thank you about that. So you have an idea of what accounts. So someone says, how about the student ID? So student ID won't work in Kenya, won't work in Uganda and Tanzania as well. So student ID is not, let's say it's not a legal government issued document. That's why it does not work in those cases, all right?
My friend, but if you're a refugee, you can also use your refugee pass slip. It works also very well. I
All
have a
right,
friend who did that, and
all
it
right.
worked for him.
Thank you for that. Now we know also if you're a refugee, you can also use the refugee pass slip. So now let's log into our account and see maybe how we can do a P2P trade and introduce maybe Binance P2P. Just a second. And so in the meantime, by default, your wallet will look like this on Binance P2P. Rather, your wallet will look like this. So on the dashboard, a quick overview of what, whenever you log in on your Binance account, how the interface will look like. So on the left side, you have the dashboard, which contains your user ID. When we say fill in your BUID, this is what we mean. That's the user ID. You're also able to set a nickname right here. You can also set, rather, you can also get the amounts you are holding right here by clicking on this particular eye. You can also come into security and enable two-factor authentication, which we actually recommend because this is one of the ways you can secure your account so that in case anyone gets access to your passwords, they still cannot access your accounts until they have these two-factor authentication done. So a code is sent to either your phone number or your email, but we really recommend using either Binance or Google Authenticator because these ones can also generate codes whenever, let's say, maybe there's issues with your network and we've sent a code and the code has not been received. So this is something we can also use. So when it comes to identification, here is where you're able now to show the various levels of verification. In this case, for this account, you can see the first stage was personal identification by giving personal information, which we should also be the same as what's on the government issued ID, that also the same as what's issued, rather you should also verify your face ID, your facial recognition. Then on a standard account, you are able to get up to these limits, but they're usually pretty good. But in case you need to increase your limits, you can verify your proof of address as well so that you can also increase your limits by completing the next step of KYC. Then that's about personal verification. So the payment methods, or under the payments tab, you're able to configure your P2P payment methods right here. So that's how you add a payment method. Sorry, let's go back to this page. Then you can come in here and click on add a payment method. Then click on maybe more if you're looking for, let's say, any kind of payment method. Let's say you want to look for M-Pesa. Oh, M-Pesa is actually right here. You can add your number and then it will populate by your Binance name. Add your number, let's say 2547994. Okay, I won't put in my number right here, but you can add your number and confirm right here. That a code will be sent to your phone, and you also have to verify on Google. So that's about payment method. The rest we can also learn as future in the future sessions rather. So while in this menu, um, let's go back to the dashboard. You'll be able to see your wallets tab here. The wallets, the main two wallets are Fiat and Spot, and and funding wallet. On P2P, P2P is actually located under funding wallet. So in the meantime, let's learn to use the funding wallet, and you can do transactions between these two particular wallets. Let's show our balances right here, and if you do P2P, your balances will be showing right here. All right. Now, anytime you need to buy crypto using P2P, you can come in to under trade and then, sorry, under buy crypto, and then you can go to P2P. The mobile interface may look different, but we'll be also showing you that as well. So in the meantime, Paul, are you able to share your screen so that we can proceed from here? Paul?
No.
All right, all right. So let's proceed in the meantime. So someone says an example of proof of address we can use to verify kindly. So bank statements, they are the best. Then you can also verify using, um, bills. There is internet bills, the receipts you get. You can be able to verify using these ones. You can also be able to verify using any kind of statement that has the address of where you live. Then you are able to use this particular document. One thing we need to note is PO box does not work. PO box does not work. It's the residential address that actually works. So now, when it comes to P2P, what is peer-to-peer trading? So P2P trading is basically where you are able to transact between your peers, and you have an escrow platform like Binance, where now Binance in this case facilitates this particular trade to happen. All right. So now, what does that mean? So Binance, when you come to Binance P2P, you're able to buy crypto from anyone in your region, different currencies, but we also recommend using merchants in your region. All right. So in this case, we change our currency here to become Kenyan shillings because right now I'm in Kenya, but we can actually pay to other countries as well. So in this case, we can select maybe one of the merchants right here, and we want to buy a certain amount of crypto. So in this case, I can click buy crypto and then put in the amount in Kenyan shillings or the amount in dollars. So in this case, I would want to buy 1,000 shillings, and 1,000 shillings shows I'll receive $7.96. In this, that's it. That now, once you get to this point, you just click on buy USDT, and then you'll be brought to this particular page where now you're given the merchant's name, the merchants that you're supposed to pay, and the number that you're supposed to pay. In this case, I see the number is right here, and I want, instead of paying a number, I want to pay an account. Instead of paying a number, I want to pay an account. So now I'll go on my phone and pay this account number. Most of them are actually free to use because like this one, it's a equity pay bill, and then you can go there and click on click on the pay bill option, then put in the pay bill number, and then the account number that you just copied. So I'm doing this on my phone. I'm pasting in the code and then paying in the amount. In this case, I'm using M-Pesa pay bill, and I'm done. I'm done paying. Once you send the payment, remember to come back to this particular part and click on transferred notify seller. Otherwise, you won't receive your crypto because Binance, of course, is holding the crypto amount. But you need to, once you pay, in case a certain amount of time, which is actually shown right here, the counter is right here. So this seller basically says they have given you 15 minutes to pay. If you do not pay within the 15 minutes, then the order gets cancelled and the crypto is refunded back to the merchant. So what that means is, now you have this particular merchant right here, and in case you fail to pay or you pay and forget to mark, you may now run at the risk of having this amount returned to the seller. But the good thing is, with Binance merchants, most of them will even call you and tell you, okay, I've seen your payment. Please remember to mark as transferred. So once you make the payment, click on the confirm payment. Please restrain from doing third party payments, because third party payments are not usually it's against Binance's policy. So that's how you get to buy crypto using P2P trading. So as we wait for the merchant to release the crypto, which involves them now first looking at their account and verifying that they actually have them, they've received their amount, then they will come in and now get the amounts released to your account. So someone asks, can someone be scammed on P2P? So P2P merchants are usually verified, and but then if you follow the guidelines, which is basically what we are showing you, once you make the payment, uh, once you make the payment, remember to mark as paid. Once you make the payment, remember to mark as paid. And once you've marked as paid, any amounts that you're holding, any amounts that the merchants have advertised, the amounts will be deducted to their accounts, and Binance will be holding those amounts until the trade is complete. So in case someone does not release the trade, you are able to raise an appeal. But then in most of the cases, you'll find the merchants, they are very fast indeed. They will release the trade on time. So we've just shown how to buy crypto, but then just something else before we proceed. We'll come back to this particular trade. When selecting a merchant, be sure to look at the badge. Be sure to look at this particular badge. This badge means this merchant is actually undergone an extra layer of verification, which is what we call layer 2 verification. And once they've gone through this extra layer of verification, it means there is a very low chance that they also have high completion rates and very fast. All right, so that's what it means by them going for the extra layer of verification. So anytime we are trading, let's always keep in mind that we can use the verified merchants right here. And especially if you are new to crypto trading from the start, please use verified traders. This is what you look at. This badge right here. This badge right here. That's what you look at. So now, in this case, in case the merchant takes long to release the trade, oh, I see they have actually released the trade. So the amount will reflect in our funding wallet right here. So the amount will reflect right here in our funding wallet. So now you can see we have $7.96, which is what we just paid for. All right. So that's how you do a buy trade. Now the sell trade I want to show on the phone, because the process is more like the same. But now on the phone, the interface is different. And I want us to look at how can you do a P2P sell trade. If you've made your money, now you want to sell the crypto. How do you do this? If you've made your money, you want to sell your crypto, how do you do this? So in this case, I will go to this particular, oh, sorry, I will go to my phone, then go to Binance app. So there are two interfaces. One is called Binance Lite. This is Binance Lite, and you're able to see your balances right here. Then, if you need to sell, you can click this middle button and click on the sell button. and then select what currency you want to sell. In this case, I'd like to sell maybe BUSD, and I can sell BUSD worth $12.66. Maybe let's start from there. So let me try selling $15 right there, and I can see just a second. Just a second, maybe $20, and then we can send it. We now can be able to see what methods you'll be receiving the money with. So in this case, I'd like to select pay bill, and then click on this one. And from pay bill, I can see for $20 I'll receive 2,506 shillings. Then I'll click on confirm. So I'll be matched with a merchant who will be paying me that amount. So in this case, I can see I've been matched with this particular merchant called Jaden, and they'll be paying that amount to my pay bill which I've issued. So in this case, no, to my pay bill which is right here. So that's the pay bill I have issued. So of course, those of us who are asking how did you get to select the payment method, we've shown on the web interface, but then you can come in and show right here on the profile section. You can come into payment methods right here, and then go to P2P payment methods, and then click on add a payment method. That's how you add where you'd like to be paid or pay to. So in this case, I've selected maybe M-Pesa. You can add in the number, let's say 07, just to that. I'm just giving an example of a number. I'm not saying that's my number. Then click on confirm. You'll be required to authenticate this part, and then now I'll get my code from Google Authenticator. I like using Google Authenticator as opposed to SMS. And then oh, it failed to add because I have a lot of payment methods. Of once you reach over 20 payment methods, you're not able to add more payment methods, but 20 is actually sufficient. So the reason it failed to add is because I have all these payment methods. So that's basically how you add your payment method. That's easy. Now, back to Binance. This is now where we are at. In case you need to go back to the particular trade, you can click on the middle button and then click on maybe sell or buy. We can click on any of these assets. Then you can click on the ongoing order, and then you'll be seeing here the progress. So this particular person, they have a payment time of up to 30 minutes. Also consider doing checking that before you open a trade. But from what it looks like, they usually pay within 2 minutes. So we will see the payment once it's sent. Please, please, please. Even if someone marks the trade, do not release the trade before verifying the amount has reached your account. All right. So now I can see the payment button is not yet yellow. In case someone pays, once someone pays, the payment button turns to yellow, and you're able to also proceed from there to release the crypto if the amount has indeed reflected into your own wallet. So I see someone says, interesting learning session. I have been using Binance P2P for more than a year now. Why did Binance remove the phone number option on P2P contact merchant option? So when it comes to for user privacy, you are able to contact merchants using this button right here. So you are able to chat them up. Hey, Jaden, please make the payment ASAP, something like that. You're able to chat with the people right there. They are also able to give you replies right there, and that's just for data security. So you are able to contact the merchants that way. All right. So that's one of the ways. And in case, let's say, a trade has not been fulfilled on time, it will actually automatically cancel after this timer is done. So someone says, oh, if you cancel, yes, if you cancel the trade yourself, and you cancel a trade 3 times, then your account is put on hold for up to 24 hours, and that's now when you can be able to proceed. Now let's go to the next part, where you can now go to Binance Pro, and you can be able to look at basically how the Pro version looks like. And the Pro version looks like this. Now on the right side, under wallets, P2P is located under funding wallet. All right. So under the funding wallet, you click on the P2P option, and then you'll be brought to this interface. First of all, let me change the interface, because by default, the interface will look like this. So now we can see we have an ongoing order right here, because of course that's the order we opened under the light version that way. So just as just to show how the light version, rather the pro version works. Those of us who are asking about, how to identify a verified merchant. The verified merchant is these people with these yellow badges right here and right here. This Melcy is also verified. Sheklin is also verified. That's how you do it. Now, on the sell side, you're also able to find a lot of payment methods here. However, something very important, please choose a payment method that you know you are actually able to receive an amount with. All right. So don't take a payment method purely based on the rates. All right. Payment Choose a payment method based on, can you actually use that particular payment method. So in my case, what I usually like doing is come into the filter option, then find the payment methods that are your based, where you are, then click on the ones you'd like to sort through. Maybe I want M-Pesa, I want Paybill, I want bank transfer, I want Equity Bank, and now confirm. Now you'll be only getting the payment methods, rather people with the payment methods that you actually prefer, and they will be matched from the best rate going downwards. Also, something we need to consider is these details written right here. So the crypto amount in such a case, for PMEXC, we can see the rate for him is buying is 125.48 for each USDT, and the crypto amount they're able to buy is about $1,000 right here. And then and then the limit is they're able to sell to you, rather to buy from you, between 5,000 shillings and 125,000 shillings. And the method of payment is bank transfer. So that's basically how you determine what method to use and how to basically proceed. So as we wait for the payment to be made, I see George is right here. George, please say hi. George Mwakisha.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Thank you so much. Actually, I'm so excited to be part of the first edition for our newbie walkthrough this month. And I believe guys are really learning a lot, and how to do your verification, how to make your first trade on P2P. And so Madendu, thank you so much for taking us through this particular session. And I believe everyone is really learning something new today. And I'll be staying with you guys till the end of the session. So feel free to ask any questions, and we'll be able to answer them at the end of the session. Thank you so much. Over to you, Maleno.
Thank you, George. So I see one of the questions being asked is, why is it that only merchants can cancel a trade? So the thing is, whenever you open a trade and it's a buy order, you're actually able to cancel a trade. In case, let's say I go here and maybe I want to get 1,000 shillings from this particular person, and for whatever reason, once I click on buy, we've already shown this process. You have the cancel button if you are the one transferring the amount. So the merchant could cancel the option, cancel the order in case maybe they, for whatever reason, they don't want to pay. So in this case, we could also click on the cancel option in case for whatever reason you don't want to pay. However, you can see from here, if you already paid the seller, please do not cancel the trade. Of course, do not cancel the trade if you already paid the seller. So the second thing is, if the seller does not reply to chat within 15 minutes, you will be unaccountable for this order's cancellation. So it will not affect your completion rate. You can make up to 5 unaccountable cancellations in a day. So in case your account is, you exceed 3 accountable cancellations in a day, then your account may risk being suspended. So always remember that. So now let me click on OK and then give a reason. Why do I not want to proceed with this particular trade? So maybe other reasons. I just want to cancel the trade. Maybe I do not want to trade anymore. So of course, remember, if you cancel a trade, it will affect your completion rate. Now, if I click on the cancel, now this one has been cancelled. That order has been cancelled. Anytime you're opening a trade with any of the merchants, what will happen is Binance will hold this amount, that particular amount that is in request. So now, and I see the first order has been paid. So the buyer marked as paid. So let's go here. Let's go to this particular order. The page looks like this. So we've supplied this particular account number. So let's go to our bank. In this case, I will hide this particular part, and then I will come back shortly. Just a second. So I'll log into my bank and then confirm whether the payment has indeed reflected. So I log into my bank and confirm whether the payment has indeed reflected. Make sure the payment has indeed reflected. So in this case, I can see my payment has not yet reflected. So just a second. So I see the payment has not yet reflected. So in this case, I cannot release the trade until the payment has reflected. So I'll share my screen again and go back to Binance here. So of course you can chat the seller up. You can ask maybe payment. You can say maybe payment not yet received. Just in case you encounter such a situation. But in most cases, people will transfer money instantly. So in such a case, you may find that maybe there's delays with your bank. So also, whenever you're selecting a bank to use, make sure there is like instant payments. All right. Now, on the mobile interface, we didn't show how to buy on the mobile interface. So in this case, I can come in here, click on buy. I'd like to use these merchants. I see they have very good completion rates, 100% indeed. And then they have 3,651 trades in the last 30 days. So these are very good statistics. And you can see this merchant now. It makes so much sense to buy from such a merchant. So in this case, I'll just use this interface to show how to buy. So now you can click on the fiat part or the crypto part. So in case, let's say I need $200. Sorry, I see this merchant actually supports, let's say I need $10. It will convert based on these merchants rates and say, okay, for $10, you'll need to pay 1,255 shillings. So in that case, I can click on buy. You can either select on fiat or crypto. All right. So now I'll come in here, copy the number where they want to be paid, then come to my M-Pesa, click on send money, paste in the number. We recommend copy pasting the number. Of course, you can see these once you click on this option, it will actually copy the number. It makes it very easy to your clipboard. Now we need to pay 1255 shillings that way. Now 56 or 1255 or something. Yeah, now sorry. I didn't realize you didn't have enough on the wallet. Now you'll come in here and you look at the names will be displayed. Make sure the name is what was on Binance. In this case, you can see it's Masi Nyambura Njane. So what was on our app is Masi Njane, which is okay. Now you can click on send. Now I'm putting in my pin. I've just put in my pin and then the payment is gone. So once you make the payment, come back to this particular order and click on transferred notify seller. So that's basically how you do it on the mobile interface. We covered how to do it on the web interface as well. So now, once you have it done this way, you can always come in and check the orders you have. In this case, this is a buy order. This is a buy order from this particular buyer, and we'll wait for them now to release the trade. So some of the ways, where those of us who are on Telegram group, we'd like to caution you against things like people reaching out to you and saying, okay, let's do a trade offline. Please avoid those. You need to do a trade on an escroll platform. Now, this order has just been completed. This is one of the fastest merchants. It explains why they have a very high completion rate, and the order has just been completed. So now we can come in here and leave a positive review because this was a very fast transaction. It didn't even last a minute. Now, when you go back here on your funding wallet and refresh, you'll notice the $10 have been added here. So something else that maybe we can look at. Remember, we have an open trade to sell $20, right? Now, the amount is frozen and you cannot move it until the trade is closed, all right? And in case there is a possibility of an appeal, make sure you follow the due steps. However, when you're using merchants, you will always get very fast transactions. So in this case, let's try to sell these $17 right here. We can now go on P2P, click on sell. Now I want to select M-Pesa Pay Bill. Maybe you can use these ones. In this case, I want to select M-Pesa. Now just to show you, okay, I can use this merchant again. They were very fast. We can put in the number that you want to receive the money on, just like that, and click on sell with zero fee. So we can see for this amount 17.96, the seller is supposed to send us 2,252 shillings. So now we wait until we receive the payment into our payment method. In this case, we are using M-Pesa. So of course, that was just to show how to do it, and I believe we've all learned something new. So as we wait for the seller to make the payment, please let me know whether you have any questions. So let's put the questions in the chat. So I see Joseph T is asking, does Binance regulate the price of crypto in P2P? So please remember, Binance only acts as an escrow platform where you're able to come in and trade safely and leaves the market to determine the rate by itself. So one thing you'll notice with Binance is now actually, oh, the other payment actually has been received. The other payment has been received. So now we can go and release the order, which I'll show you right now. So we were talking about Binance. Binance does not in any way regulate any prices. Instead, it leaves the market to determine the price. And that means people will be very competitive. And that's good for us. Why? If people are very competitive, it gives us the best rates. So that means you can buy crypto at maybe, or each dollar at maybe 125.58 and still sell it at almost a similar price. You can see like this one, you can also buy sell your crypto for 125.5, 0.48 etc. That means it makes the rates very competitive. So now we've received the payment on this particular trade. Now we can proceed and click on payment received. Then you can click here you have received the correct amount, make sure you actually receive the correct amount before you can proceed. All right, make sure you receive the correct amount before you can proceed. Now click on confirm. This is how you release a trade. Now, if you've enabled Google Authenticator, go to Google. If you've enabled an SMS, you can request a code right there. So once you request a code, let's see the code right there. The code has been sent. It's 7855377. Then click on submit, and the amount now will be removed from your wallet. All right, that's how you release a particular trade. So from the other trade, I can also see we've received the other amount right here. 2252 has been received from Mercy. So we can go to Binance right here, and now release this particular trade. Now click on payment received, confirm this here, proceed, then send a code. Or now, whenever you have trades, you have to wait for a minute before Binance can send the next code. So in this case, that's why I love using Google Authenticator and then pasting in the code right there from my Google Authenticator. And that's basically how you do a P2P trade. I believe we are all good so far. Those of us, of course, who made it to the end of the session, um, we have, as promised, we have a giveaway. So first of all, we will put a question on our Binance East Africa Facebook group. And those of us who are not on the Binance East Africa Facebook group, we are sharing the link in the chats right now. And the first person to get the question right will be awarded a gift card worth at least $10. So we've just put in the Binance East Africa Facebook group right there. So be sure to join in, rather join the page. And then now on the Binance East Africa Facebook group, we are putting in a question, and then the first person to answer to get the correct answer will be getting the giveaway, part of the giveaway. Now the question is, um, just a second, we are typing it in. And um, all right, all right. We just put in the question right here. And the question is, what is the maximum number of cancellations on Binance P2P per day? So please find that question on our Binance East Africa Facebook group, and then put in the answer, comment in the answer that you think is correct, and then we will be selecting the winners. Today we are doing a massive giveaway, so not just one winner, more than one winner will get to enjoy this giveaway. So that said, we'd like to thank you for attending the session, and we also would like to recommend you to join the Binance East Africa Telegram group, where we can be able to ask questions and maybe give reviews and comments. I can see the answers are coming in, and most of you are still getting it wrong. Most of you are still getting it wrong. So just review the session again. We just talked about that shortly. So now, George, would you like to have any extra word today?
Yes, I would like to thank you so much, Madendo. I can see guys are really responding to the question down there, and maybe I can just add one more question, and so that we can give guys some more opportunity. Madendo mentioned that the maximum number of payment methods you need to add. How many are the maximum number of payment methods you need to add? So on your Binance P2P. So that's just another additional question. Anyone who feels who can answer it, please make sure you do that. quickly and get the giveaway. So I would like to just mention a few guys here. Wachema, thank you so much for joining this particular session. I can see Wachema has been very, very active in all our sessions. All right, this guy does not miss any Binance community engagement session. So whether it's Sunday Shield on Telegram, whether we're on Zoom, Wachema is always there and always also ready to help and assist. So Wachema, separately, please reach out to Madendu. We like to have a separate conversation on how you can be involved in more of Binance community engagements and helping grow the community as well. So thank you so much for that. Dikach, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm welcomed. And also Frank Vilton, thank you so much. We were together at Eldoret. Yeah, you've mentioned Eldoret at some point. So thank you so much for following that through. And I believe, guys, as we do these trainings, it's very important that you take them very seriously and see where you can position yourself in this crypto space. Learn so that you can help other people, and we recognize efforts, right? We keep checking, we keep seeing those people who are working hard, educating others, who are helping more people out there, who are very active on our Telegram group, on our Facebook page, and those who are busy answering questions to those newbies, who are protecting the rest and so on from scams and stuff. So we notice efforts, and when we notice someone is doing a good job, we always reach out to them and see how, as Binance, we can help them. So please, guys, take the crypto education very seriously. And I like just to encourage everybody to take action in everything that we are teaching. So like what we are teaching today, please just take some time and practice, okay? Take a step ahead and see if you can do your trading yourself. And I see so many interests as well from several guys who wants to become merchants. So thank you so much for that particular interest. Please make sure you meet the basic requirements, okay? At least minimum of 20 trades. 20 trades in 30 days, and ensure your completion rate is as high. All right, I think we can also share the what do you call this, the requirements to the team as well. So I think we'll be dropping the requirements on our Telegram for those who want to learn. And so please make sure you follow our Telegram page. We'll be dropping the requirements in not so long from now. All right. I think that's it from me for now. Adendi, over to you.
Thank you so much for all everyone who managed to be here during the whole session. Of course, join the Telegram group. We've also pinned another question right there. That is for you guys to answer. We'll also be selecting guys from there, the correct answers, and then rewarding them as well. For the Facebook one, we'll also be DMing you for the right answers as well. So keep in touch. Be sure to always attend the session so that you can also learn a lot. Not learn a lot from these particular sessions. So Igadu, do you have something, any parting words?
Yeah, maybe as a question, or like, so that you can reward one or two from it. So, what is the minimum P2P transaction you can do in Kenya?
So
And
right now,
the first
okay.
correct answer in Kenya.
All right. So right now it's about $7.5. That's the minimum you can do on P2P. It varies depending on the country you are. I understand in Uganda it may be. What's the minimum in Uganda, Paul?
In Uganda, it is around $1.3.
Oh, that's great news. And you're able to buy from that low. And just as a reminder, you can also do trades in other countries. However, if you're a newbie, we really, really recommend you to stick to your own country and a payment method that you actually have. So that said, we'd like to end our session right there. And let's meet on Telegram to award our guys. And of course, Washema, You've been very active, and we'll also be keeping in touch with you, getting in touch. Thank you so much. Have a great evening ahead. Bye bye.